In this video, I'm reviewing Born in Roma Extradose by Valentino. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and I'm a perfume reviewer. Please do subscribe to my channel and join this All the Perfume community. If you're not new, welcome back and thank you for all your support, watching, liking and commenting on my videos. Firstly, thank you so much to Valentino for sending us these perfumes. I have quite a Valentino collection building up now, and I will go through all of the fragrances I own in addition to these at the end and tell you a bit more about each of those too. When I see a Valentino launch of perfume now, I know that I definitely want to try the scents, and it is odds on that I'm going to enjoy the fragrances as well. It's becoming a little bit of a favourite brand. Actually, I did try this perfume in store at the perfume shop on a Sunday morning almost 2 weeks ago now, and it was a love at first sniff. So that's a little bit of a spoiler from me about this fragrance, and I knew I wanted it in my collection, and it was a really nice surprise to then find that same day I'd already received it as PR. So here we are. I'll get more into each of these perfumes, the Extradose edition of Born in Roma. So these perfumes are flankers to the original Born in Roma by Valentino, and the brands say that the scents have been uplifted and magnified. These are meant to have extra staying power. They are highly concentrated perfumes, and the idea is that these are for the generation that really want to be bold and live without compromise. So that is what we can expect from these fragrances, something stronger than the original and that will last longer as well. It is the women's edition of the fragrance that I've been talking about, and that is the one that we will test first. And the inspiration for the Born in Roma line is the idea of an unforgettable night in Italy's capital city. Now, when I smelled this the first time, I didn't have any idea of the notes. I mean, I know the original perfume, I have it, and that one is vanilla, it's pepper and it's jasmine. But to smell this for the first time, I was so surprised because it was just very sweet and fun and uplifting, and it reminded me of how I feel when I smell Britney Spears' Fantasy. This felt like a very feminine scent, and the notes, I didn't know what the notes were, I assumed there was vanilla in it somewhere, kind of combined to smell like a bubblegum. So with its gorgeous pink bottle, and I do like to think that I'm not so much into pink, but recently certain bottles have proved otherwise. It just felt like a really nice, fun fragrance that I wanted in my collection. What I discovered afterwards is that this perfume is rum, it's blackcurrant and vanilla, and an extra dose of the vanilla, of course, compared to the original fragrance. And I did actually talk about blackcurrant this week on TikTok because it's in quite a few of the fragrances that I find super sweet, and it must be that blackcurrant rum combination that's giving this like a bubblegum effect, even though it's not listed as a note. It's sugary, it's sweet, it's feminine, and I feel like this would make a really good day wear, a good signature scent. My husband thinks that this is quite summery, but because it's uplifting, it's one that I think you could just reach for anytime. Now, the vanilla does come through more for me on the skin afterwards. I don't really pick up on that as much in the top notes. It's very much rum and blackcurrant. Your way into this fragrance would be if you smell Carioca Heart from JUSBOX, because that scent is rum heavy. This is just more wearable. This smells like what it is, a designer perfume compared to JUSBOX being niche and that much stronger. So this is a more wearable edition of that, but Carioca Heart is certainly your way in to what this smells like. This is a sugary, sweet vanilla perfume, but I love how that rum gives it depth. And I think something a bit different, because we don't get too much rum, I don't think, in designer perfumes really. So I like how it has that comparison with a niche fragrance. It feels really well done, and it's playing on trends because our sweet gourmands aren't going anywhere, and that kind of bubblegum scent that I pick up, but it's not so overly sweet that it can't feel like a good staple signature scent worthy perfume. Let's give the men's edition of Born in Roma Extradose a test. And it's one of those perfume arrivals where I said to Sam, you know, please leave something in the bottle ready for my review, because he really liked it. Now, in terms of its notes, it is fairly simple. It's lavender, spicy notes and woody notes. But in actual fact, to smell this, I don't get a lot of the spice. I get a smooth, fresh, clean lavender on wood. And I'm pleased that the lavender isn't too strong, because it is only recently that I found that lavender in a couple of men's scents has just been too much and a bit cloying and reminded me of like aftershaves in the 80s, but not in a good way. That can be a good thing. When it's too much, it is a bad thing and can smell cheap. And again, there is nothing wrong with cheap, but done wrong, if it's too much, it's too much. This is smelling fresh. And Sam surprised me by saying that he felt this was an evening wear winter fragrance. And I just thought it's signature. It's a men's fragrance that is hard to dislike. It would be a really good gift. It would be a safe blind buy. But now actually to smell it does give you a kind of cold air feeling that I can imagine it would smell really good, like on a dark winter's evening. So we are happy with this one. It's a little bit like Phantom, actually. Phantom by Paco Rabanne, which shares its lavender for sure, but I prefer this. I did really like Phantom at first for Sam, and now it's one that I wouldn't want him to replace. He can wear what he likes, but yeah, if I were choosing, I wouldn't want Phantom as a fragrance on him. But this is the right amount of lavender, wood, and in terms of spice, I don't really smell any. It's just a really good, clean, fresh smelling scent. Are they worth it? Is the Born in Roma Extradose collection of fragrances worth the money? And they're very new. So I have here the 100ml bottles in each, but for the women's version of the perfume, a 30ml at the moment costs £67.76. Your 50ml bottle of the perfume costs £108, and this 100ml I found for £149. So higher price points for sure for our designer perfumes, almost touching £150 for this size bottle. And now I'm telling you what I would do with my own money. I would be buying the 30ml bottle. This, for my personal taste, is perfect. Sugary, sweet, fun, uplifting, vanilla, richness from that rum, like a fun designer perfume that I could wear happily every day. So I love it, and I'm not sure I quite communicated my love for this enough in the first part of my video, but I really do, and I would want to buy it with my own money. But I think I would have to wait for that price to come down a little bit, even for the 30ml. Now, I would say wait for the prices to come down, because they will do. It is just new at the moment, but my advice would be get the 30ml. It is a long-lasting fragrance that performs really well on the skin as well, so have a 30ml bottle and don't spray it too much would be my advice. Now, once again, my husband and I have found it strange that the men's edition of a scent is more affordable than the women's. I couldn't find a 30ml on the site I was looking at, but for the 50ml of Born in Roma Extradose, of course, but this time for men, it was £82, and for the 100ml it was £113. So quite a bit different in the two fragrances. The 50ml, very similar prices, but you know, £46 different for the 100ml. Now, this perfume, the men's one, is very nice, as we'd said. We love the smell and the longevity, but it isn't as unique, I wouldn't have said. I think it is the rum in the women's version that just gives it something very rich and brings a kind of niche feel into designer. So that is the one that I would recommend more, the women's version. And we need to do the waiting game. We'll wait for these perfumes to come down in price a bit, but yeah, I think the 30ml is a good price. I just would want to wait a little bit longer than having it at the £67. Now, I need to show you boxes, because otherwise, why have I had them for a week? I like the Valentino branding. I kind of like knowing what I'm getting and having a line with the Born in Romas where we expect the bottles to look like this. They are fun to collect. They look good all together. I love the pink, as I'd said. I really like the black for the men's fragrances actually, but as ever, not boxes I will keep. Now I'm going to share with you all of the other Valentino perfumes in my collection. This perfume is the original Born in Roma fragrance, which I actually treated myself to a couple of years ago after hearing so many people say how much they loved the perfume. and it is our vanilla. This is bourbon vanilla, jasmine, pink pepper, and it also shares the blackcurrant of the scent that we've just tried, the Extradose, which I hadn't realised at first. To my nose, I don't really pick up on blackcurrant in this. It smells more like orange. It's peppery but smooth, and it smells like a good quality vanilla perfume that I would smell on someone else and think it smelled expensive. It is a good designer scent. Not one I reach for too much, not because I don't like it, I just kind of don't get round to this perfume, but I can really appreciate it and I love to have it in my collection as well. So Born in Roma is a very signature worthy perfume, and it's really good if you love your vanilla scents. Expect that hint of orange, and it balances the smoothness and the peppery notes really well. This perfume is Born in Roma Green Stravaganza, and I was so excited to receive it in PR last year. I love the green of the bottle. Now this one is tea, jasmine and vanilla, and I definitely need to reach for it more. It is a scent which, where are we? It is a scent which is sweet, fresh, and smells a little green too. I feel like I get the perfect amount of sweetness in this. It's almost a little tart actually in the opening, and then I feel like I'm in an expensive hotel to smell this perfume. Fresh and sweet, and the perfect amount of that green and that tea, because personally tea isn't a favourite note of mine in perfumes. Now it's winter still, we're in February, but this does feel like a perfect scent of the day for me because I love my sweet scents, but fresh and uplifting and full of promise for spring. So Green Stravaganza is definitely a love from me in the line. This is Born in Roma Pink PP, and it was last year that I just felt I couldn't resist having this in my collection and was lucky to receive it as Perfume Shop PR, I think. Now with this scent, it is mandarin in the top, you've got orange blossom, and then you've got bourbon vanilla. And I know for lots of people, it actually seems as though you're smelling something sugary and almost like a marshmallow in the opening. It's reminding me a little bit today of Commodities Milk perfume, and this has that lovely softness, and then you can definitely smell the orange blossom come through the more you sniff. It is another great signature scent worthy perfume. I am in my Valentino era because I've already worn this one this week. It's a well done, good quality smelling vanilla perfume with that lovely addition of the sugariness, which really suits the pink bottle too. So I do love having this one in my collection. It is just a shame that Pink PP is a limited edition. This is Born in Roma, the Gold Donna, and I love this bottle. It is one of three, our final three that were sent to me by the brand, and I smelt it last night and just felt very much transported to a hot place. This one is mandarin, it's gardenia, and it's coconut as well. Let's give it a good 2 squirts. This one really projects. This feels like you're in amongst fruit trees in that hot country on holiday, and there is a beautiful smooth coconut coming through in this. It's not too much, it's not gourmand, it's very much a floral perfume that's just really well balanced with the coconut note. I think this would smell incredible to, I mean this is wishful thinking here, but having an evening meal while on holiday, that's how I would love to enjoy this perfume. It smells so good. And in the meantime, it'll be one that I smell in England in February as a bit of an uplifting pick me up. So this is a beautiful scent from the line. I really love this one. Yeah, just gorgeous, and smells, I mean they are perfumes that cost a certain amount of money, but I think that this one smells even more expensive. It's really good. This is Born in Roma, the Gold, but the men's edition. And in this one you've got solar notes, spicy notes, nutmeg, cedar, amber and vanilla. And it is one of those perfumes where you really can smell everything at once, or at the very least 2 contrasting aspects at once. Because when I smell this perfume, it is bright. Now, solar notes can feel quite abstract, but they still draw me into a fragrance. And this has a lovely uplifting brightness that make you feel this would be a really good summer fragrance. I can smell the nutmeg, and it's just kind of sitting under that brightness, but it is there and they're working together at the same time. I'm sure I can smell lavender in this perfume as well, but it is not so strong as in the Extradose version of the fragrance. This is good. It's quite woody. It's certainly very woody in the dry down too. And I had to hunt around for the bottle, and it is because it was there in my husband's perfume rotation on the tray. So I love these bottles. This is another great one from the line. This is a holiday summer choice, I think, and you'll smell those notes kind of working together at the same time. It has quite a lot going on for it actually. So this is quite complex and contrasting, but still works well as a summer scent. This is Voce Viva Intensa, and in this one you've got mandarin orange, orange blossom, that vanilla is there, and also some moss as well. Now this, with those orange notes, actually has some jasmine, and I talk often about white florals not being my thing most of the time, so I didn't expect to like this as much as some of the others, but it is a really beautifully done strong orange scent that does for me that transporting, feeling like you're on holiday thing. So this is really enjoyable. It's very classic. It's again so signature scent worthy. It's a day perfume. I wouldn't choose to wear this one in the evening usually, even though that is how I experienced it the first time. This smells great, and it's the sort of perfume you smell on someone else and again think they were wearing something very expensive. Yeah, I like it. Voce Viva Intensa. Thank you so much for watching, and please do tell me what you think of this launch. Is it exciting for you? Do you want to smell the fragrances? Have you already, and what do you think of them? And please let me know which other Valentino perfumes you've tried and those that you enjoy. Please do give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe and go over and find me on Instagram, TikTok and my blog as well. I will include links to these perfumes below, and look out for my previous review videos. I've got lots more coming up in the future too. Thank you again to the brand for sending us these and our growing collection of Valentino, and I will see you all again in my next video.